You remember back when we were working with your Raptor and we were doing some suspension adjustments after you got your first initial setup, and we were having a conversation on a Monday, just
Right.
talking about different builds. Um, you started out on the Yamaha plan.
Right. Right. I did. And the 700, it's a nice bike. It's a trail bike, sport bike. I mean, I like it, but it just wasn't quite enough. So, you know, we did the A-arms and the axle and the Elkas, and still it just felt I was sitting on top of it, not in it. It's just still sitting on top of it. So, you know, like I said, it's a nice bike, but it's nothing like the 450. And my son had the Yamaha 450. I liked the way it felt, but the seat to peg height was a little bit off. And I knew the Hondas had a little bit lower peg. So, and then you mentioned that you had started on one or maybe one for yourself, and I'm like, will you sell it? You know, and the rest is kind of history. That's how we got started.
The TRX 450R frame was already painted red when Jason and I spoke. Well, I had the gusseting done. I had picked a non-traditional silver satin sparkle color instead of your shiny silver to go with it. It was just something I was looking for, a different effect. And I have roll design A-arms with your DR front bumper and a black roll design stem. You can see the radiators mounted in the frame as well. OEM front hubs with a steel chromed rock guard. Uncharacteristical to do chrome, but this is something that I'm looking for an effect here to make the machine have bling, but yet still have structural sound ability to keep the rocks out. You can see the roll design, satin silver sparkle A-arms. It was a trouble to get that color, but it looks amazing on the red. The front end in traditional roll fashion, it swoops and has the gull wing shape. Incredible stuff there. Most of all this was done before Jason got involved. TRX 450R oil coolers were not something that the 06 Up came with, but Duncan Racing has built one for this machine. We generally try to have them in stock, but you have custom line kit, and as you put the 0405 oil cooler on there with custom mounts for this machine, it allows the oil to run cooler, increases your reliability. When you keep it cooler, you increase your horsepower. The dual fan plate also helps. You see the temperature mount and your hour meter mount both in a location that with the fender on and the hood on, you can still see it while you're using the machine and riding to keep track of your temperature. The dual fan plate, this is needed for reliability and durability in your performance riding, whether it be motocross, off-road, or desert. Was used mainly in the World Off-Road Championship Series, but we also used it in some of your really high-speed technical desert stuff. I chose a 41 millimeter FCR carburetor for this build. It's going to give it the best overall power, and they're the most durable for these machines. And we like this stock airbox system as well. You can see in the roll design swing arm, limited amounts of roll design TRX 450R swing arms. This one's got the chain guide on it, and you can see our DWT wheels that we've chosen for this machine. The best, strongest wheel there is for this application. The silver satin color on the Nerf bars matches the subframe and the A-arms and the swing arm. I was looking for just a totally different look than traditional. There's the roll design swing arm with RPM carrier, the Hess Motorsports rotor protection, and then a billet sprocket guard with Sunstar sprockets and RK chain. I believe that this was the best setup for the application that I was choosing to build this for myself anyways, for off-road. Mr. Blunt's going to use it in a dual environment, so he's going to have a lot of good success with it. We always choose GBC. The XC Master is a great tire for off-road applications. So many different environments it'll work good in. And your Mini Masters for motocross and the DWT wheels with bead locks are always a choice for safety and durability. You know, bead locks are a must in my opinion everywhere you go. So make sure you get your DWTs and your XC Masters. And then JSR makes custom heavy-duty nets. These are roll nerfs and roll heel guards with JSR custom ATV-TALK black and red nets. I picked SSI for graphics, and the color scheme matched with the silver grays and the blacks with the red. Jason didn't give me any specific colors, but I really liked this scheme as it came through. Flex bars and your Pro Design kill switch. It's a new version V5 GPR steering stabilizer. Always have to have the best products available on the market. That's why I choose GPR. And we will have a Fatboy 4 exhaust with the Hinson clutch components. I like the kickstart models better than the electric starts, just for the durability. You know, it's always got to be reliable. You can always start it. You can see the muffler here on our Fatboy 4 with our Dominator axle and the anti-fade axle nut with the very rare roll design swing arm. There's a flex bar American flag pad and the Vortex X10 switch that gives you map 1 or X10. You know, again, the Pro Design kill switch and ODI grips with a Motion Pro throttle. One of the things that we didn't talk about earlier is the zip seat cover. Always have to have great padding on your seat with a gripper material. As we got close to finishing the build, you can see the Elka Stage 5 shocks that we chose. We always want to go with the leaders in the industry, and Elka definitely is that. You can't get a better ride. They're leading every industry, every series, every type of riding, recreational or racing. Elka suspension, that's where you want to be. I was installing the SSI graphics kits. This is a side view of the tank. Things were really coming together. The nets were going on. The zip seat cover had already been put on, and the wheels and tires mounted. She was nearing the final stages. I believe that I had already started the break-in. Beautiful, beautiful machine. I'll remember this one forever. Here it is in its finished state. Perfection is unobtainable, but this is as close to perfect as I could ever get. This is my dream. This is what I wanted for myself. And if you want one like this, reach out to Duncan Technologies. We can build one just like that for you, or any form of sport ATV that you're looking for, we can do it. So check us out, duncantechinternational@gmail.com. I reached out to Dirt Wheels. Jeff Henson and Patrick Kerrigan, these are the guys that I deal with most of the time at Dirt Wheels, and I told them about what I was building and how it was all going. And I mean, it took us a number of months to get it coordinated to make this happen, but they were definitely ready to shoot it and loved what it became. And then it hasn't happened since like 2016 that a sport ATV took center stage on the cover of the magazine, and they put this TRX 450R on there. Couldn't have been happier and more proud to see it. It's a beautiful machine. It performs better than expected, and you can check out the magazine and read the March 2024 edition, where you can find all the specs and see the action photos for yourself. That's where you can find the full written article on this machine. It was a beautiful sunny day. Haul bikes showed up, and it was time to say goodbye. And she was gone in seconds. Now she's in her new home in Louisiana with Jason Blunt and his family. I know that they're riding her and having a great time. We also had the opportunity to take this machine to the 80s ATV Legends reunion. You can catch the video on our YouTube channel. There'll be a link below. This machine was also featured at the Off-Road Coalition in Lakeside, California. There is a full video, so check the link. There's not a lot of motocross out here, so, and I'm not really wanting to jump or anything like that, so making it more off-roadish was more what I was looking for.
Right. And as far as my country boy jumps, the bike works perfect. So for my homemade track here, which is it's 3.8 miles long, it's kind of cross country with I've added a lot more ramps, a lot more MX feel to it in the middle in certain sections. And now I've got the bike to handle it, so I mean, it just all kind of worked out perfect.
Enjoy the story, and thank you so much for your support. Make sure you subscribe and share with your friends when you can.